see us. Where are we?
You think are we still muted?
No.
Okay. I'm really glad I asked before I said that. Really glad. Hey, welcome to this week of our Horsemen, where I'm reaching out. Is there any attorneys in the audience that are fluent in Martian law? Because I'm actually being extradited here on Mars. I'm here with Martian law enforcement officer, the future Martian manhunter, Ron Jones.
I thought you were going the other way. Mars Attacks. Because I can do that. Lincoln, I hope you're watching. That's for you.
What's your favorite celebrity death? I think we've done this. What's your favorite celebrity death in Mars Attacks?
Ooh. Michael J. Fox. I liked him.
You know what? It's a close one, but I think I'm going to have to say the First Lady.
Yeah. Ooh. The Nancy Reagan chandelier. Dropped on.
It's a close one.
Clean close.
All right.
I got it.
Took
me a while.
What is this week at Four Horsemen?
This week, listen, it's been a long week. This week at Four Horsemen is our weekly show to discuss events, sales, promotions, and other nerdy topics.
Yes, and we're going to start off with another caption contest. This is one we've actually done before, but we did this one like 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm hoping nobody remembers. And it's so funny. We're going to do it again. Alex, show us that image. This is actually the first image I ever remember us doing, and it was so long ago. I figured let's try it again.
That's fantastic.
Let's see if anybody can top themselves. So please, this is going out on our social medias tomorrow morning. Please leave a caption, your funniest one. We'll pick a winner live on next week's episode for a $25 gift card you can use on Christmas
shopping.
This is
how
Elvis went.
That toilet's going to need avenged.
You wouldn't like me when I'm constipated.
And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for doing it.
All right, we're moving on to comics. Before we get to comics, Freeze! Is the name of our first comic.
Oh, okay.
It's a new series from Image Comics. It's about a catastrophe where every human being on Earth is frozen. Except for this one guy named Ray.
Yeah.
And he has the power to save everyone if he decides they're worth saving.
Yeah, so we have one guy that has the power to unfreeze everybody.
Wait.
Yeah.
Everybody at once or one person?
One person at a time. Boop. Unfrozen. It's like a game of tag. Freeze tag.
All right.
Would you be unfrozen?
Hell no.
No, I'd be a
I'd
meat popsicle.
Be a popsicle for a long time.
Are you a meat popsicle?
I am a meat popsicle.
Okay. Also from Image Comics, we have the newest issue of The Walking Dead. This is issue 186. Where at this point, I'm wondering, what are they going to do for issue 200? Call it now. What happens in issue 200?
Somebody dies. It's been a long week.
Okay.
That's the theme.
Okay, but seriously, they got to do something big for issue 200.
They would have to.
Is that going to be the last one?
Maybe.
Because they said it's going to end soonish.
Maybe they solve the zombie apocalypse. All the zombies.
I don't think they're going to solve the apocalypse. I think
the last human dies.
I think it's going to have a real dark ending.
Oh, it'd have to. It'd have to.
But speaking of things that are dark, DC Comics, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new miniseries of The Martian Manhunter. Issue 1 comes out next week. And this is actually about him on Mars as a law enforcement officer and, in the description, a corrupt law enforcement officer.
Really?
Wait, he's the corrupt one?
Yes.
Huh.
John Jones, corrupt Martian cop.
Huh. Did you look through the art? The art is really very different. Stylized. Yeah,
yeah, very stylized.
Yeah.
The cover's very interesting.
Yeah.
Different.
I like it.
Moving on to Marvel, we had our DC winter holiday special last week, and now we have Merry X-Men Holiday Special number 1. What does Magneto do for Hanukkah? What will Rogue and Gambit's first married Christmas be like? And can Jubilee truly master navigating the malls during the holidays? All this and more in 25 holiday stories in this one issue.
How thick is this book?
Not very. I mean, it's like some of these might be like a panel long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, what does Wolverine do for the holidays? It's him in front of a TV with a beer. That's that. A Wolverine Christmas.
I'd read that.
What else do we have coming out from Marvel this
So we also have this little thing called Killmonger. First issue of 5 coming out. Who's Killmonger?
Killmonger would be the villain
In Black Panther.
from Black Panther, which, even if some of us don't have great opinions of that movie, I dare you to speak ill of.
Killmonger was probably my favorite character in Black Panther, outside of, and I can't remember her name.
Okoye.
That's the one. The
Michonne.
King's Guard. Yeah, Michonne. Both those characters, I would watch a standalone movie, but I really want to read this because I like this character a lot.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Isn't he cousin?
He
is a relation.
Panther's cousin. Yes.
Yeah.
First cousin.
Yeah.
His father, my father's brother's son. Former college roommates.
What does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Google it, kids.
Speaking of something that's not absolutely nothing, we're moving on to Star Wars issue number 58, and this is the main run. And
That's not his sister.
That is.
You can't kiss her.
That's not his sister. It is a sister, but it is not his sister. So. Speaking of that, we're just going to keep saying. There's a new Star Wars one-shot coming out this week that I'm so excited about. This is Star Wars Age of the Republic, Qui-Gon Jinn #1. And what I'm really excited about it's titled Star Wars Age of the Republic, Qui-Gon Jinn. Does that mean there's going to be more Age of the Republic books?
I hope so. I hope so, because there's a lot of history that can go through out there.
And this takes place before Phantom Menace.
Yeah, we almost have to.
In the current canon, this makes like one of like 2 or 3 things that take place before Phantom Menace.
Right.
There's very few things that do, so it's super exciting.
Blaine wants a Star Wars Age of Ultron book.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
Tony was around.
Star Trek and X-Men had a crossover. Star Trek and Green Lantern have crossed over. Like
Star Trek and the Turtles.
Yeah, Star Trek and the Turtles. Batman and the Turtles.
Yep.
Why not? Get on it, Lucasfilm.
Let's do it.
They gotta make a movie. Can you imagine that movie? Star Wars, Marvel, Civil War. Instantly $1 billion sold. It's gonna happen. God. Speaking of things that won't be made into movies, I'm going on to my staff pick.
Ooh.
This is we don't usually highlight single issues of comics, but I read this one today at work, and I loved it, and I really wanted to bring it up. This is Wolverine issue 32. From 2005 for you X-Men aficionados. That will be volume 3 of Wolverine by Mark Millar. This is a Holocaust story about Wolverine in the concentration camps and his relationship with the commandant of this camp. Here's the basic premise of this comic. Wolverine is a prisoner.
Right.
The commandant finds a reason to execute him, has him executed.
Good luck.
He has him killed.
Okay.
The next week, the commandant notices a prisoner who looks just like that prisoner he had executed. He goes, that's strange. He has him executed again. The next week, he sees the same prisoner, and he's like, now, something fishy is going on here. You're faking your death, and blah, blah, blah. Has him executed again. This goes on for months. And the comic is essentially the psychological unraveling of this Nazi officer.
That's cool.
And the best part about it is throughout the entire issue until the very end, Wolverine says not one word.
That's cool.
He's just a soundless human being that's continued to be executed through increasingly gory means.
Yeah.
As you see, and it's almost like it reminds me of the Telltale Heart, where this guy slowly goes throughout the story and just gets unwound and unwound until at the end where he completely loses it, and it's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so
read that one.
Highly recommend it. Very, very much fun.
Cool.
Speaking of things that are fun,
we have the Versus series.
The Versus series, where our defending champion Gandalf the Grey defeated Jessica Jones, of course. And nothing against Jessica.
Yeah,
I think she's great.
Hey, I have one request for these. I think in part of our postmortems, when somebody wins over somebody else, we should come up with the ending fight move that like Gandalf used to finish her off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finish her. Are we doing that on the spot this week, or when we start that next week?
We'll start next week.
Okay,
we'll start
next week.
No, do it on the spot. You just came up with it.
No.
All right, I'm Jessica. Finish me, Ron.
Oh Lord! And moving on. Who won the contest?
That's your bit. That's your
shtick.
Blue.
Sorry, it's blue.
Yeah, it's blue.
Kanjo won with the comment contest this week. Jess is tough, but Gandalf is on a whole other Balrog spanking level altogether. Mythandril for the win.
That's not how you say that.
That's how you spelled it.
Okay, that's not how I spelled it.
Mythandry?
Nope.
It's myth.
Myth.
Ran. Mithrander. Give me some marbles. Nobody
I'll
can say those words.
Yeah, no. People in Middle Earth can.
I'm not from Middle Earth.
Okay, we're moving on. This week, Popeye versus Waluigi.
Does Popeye get his spinach?
Sure.
Okay.
They have access to anything they would normally
In
have.
their universe, yeah.
A Jedi would have a lightsaber. Anything that they would normally have.
Right.
So Popeye has his spinach. Waluigi has his mustache.
Is the spinach
does that give him?
something to twirl? That's about it. I have one. Sorry.
I don't. Okay, here's the thing. Popeye, yes, he would have the physical strength to beat Waluigi.
Right.
But he never just eats his spinach to go out fighting. He always has to have a reason. Typically, it's olive oil. He has to have a motivation to eat the spinach, to go out there and fight Bluto. And unless Waluigi ties olive oil to the railroad tracks and then has a top hat and a red cape, then I don't think Popeye's going to get motivated enough to eat this vegetable to fight Waluigi.
That's true. He is more of he'll finish the fight. He won't start it.
Yeah, and he always gets his butt handed to him in the first part of it. And he's usually down for the count until olive oil goes, Popeye! And then he's like, oil.
All right, next.
Moving on to our weekly events. This is a calendar image of all the weekly events that we have going on here. For more details, please go to facebook.com/4horsemencomics and click on the events tab. And of course, we're starting off with the HeroClix, the meaty goodness. We have our HeroClix Aquaman event this Wednesday at 6:45. Is a $5 entry, 600-point Golden Age format. Your team must include one Atlantis keyword character, and all hindering terrain on these maps will be considered water.
Water.
Oh, just leave
Stay
that
out of the water.
Just leave that up for
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it
just
up.
for a minute.
Next.
Hey, how was it done?
Oh yeah. We've also got a Star Realms event this Sunday. If you come out, we're gonna have some people on site to teach us how to play Star Realms. If you haven't played this, it is a
Deck building
it's
game.
a deck building card game. It's a really fast game. It's really cool. Done by some of the people who helped put together Magic, I believe.
Yeah, I played Star Realms for the first time last year. I've only actually got to play it once, but it is a ton of fun. One of my favorite deck building games.
Yep.
You instead of most of them are like superhero themed or based off a particular franchise. This one is all about space combat, and you have all these different ships, and all the ships have different characteristics and do special things, and you have bases to upgrade your ships. And if for people who visit the store, it's probably in your wheelhouse.
Yes,
for sure.
Yep. And we're actually, this is part of an Envoy program. It's a new program that we're trying out. We're going to have representatives from not from the manufacturers themselves, but representatives out doing these demos periodically throughout the month. So keep an eye out.
Yes, of course.
Lots more.
And we also have the release of Magic the Gathering Ultimate Masters, which Wizards of the Coast had actually just announced a month and a half ago. This is the final master set for the time being. They're not. They had, they were doing these once a year, then they were doing these twice a year. This is the second one this year, and they've decided that they're not putting them away permanently,
right?
But they're going to go away for a while,
right?
And this, from what all the Magic players have told me, this is a really good one. There's lots of value. We are still taking pre-orders until Thursday night for just $260. And I believe the MSRP on these puppies is
like $380.
Yeah.
It's well over $300.
Yeah, so $260 is a good value. We are doing on-demand drafts at $35. First place gets the box topper, which are these beautiful promo cards that a smarter promotional guy would have included pictures of on the show. But I'm sure if you play Magic, you've seen them. They're these beautiful little cards, promotional cards that they have for this set. We're doing on-demand drafts of that starting Friday night and just going until we run out of product, which is unlikely to happen because Ron bought way too much of this. Don't think you can talk him down at the counter, though.
Yeah. If you want a sneak peek at the set, we're going to do a live opening tomorrow at some point after the stuff rolls in. Should be.
Yeah, watch us on Facebook, YouTube, the Twitches.
The Twitches. I got some Twitches.
Yeah. We're also going to be doing on-demand Modern Standard Win-A-Box, $35 entry. First place gets the choice of either the box topper or the box. Yeah. And second place gets the other. Not the horror movie. Not that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. You should get like a couple like DVD copies of that.
Here you go.
Here you go. You win this. Good job. But we also have an exciting modern event coming up next week that Ron wants.
This is a thing. We're going to have a modern throwdown December 15th. It's a $20 entry. And so for every 8 players, we're going to give out a box topper. So if we end up with 32 players, we're going to end up giving out 4 of these box toppers.
Yeah, and
Come check it out.
I hope you're happier to attend our events than those goblins are to be tied together.
They look really salty.
Well, I mean, if you were tied to somebody else and somebody stuck a bow on you,
I have to pay for that.
Okay.
Next.
We're moving on to the 2018 Horsies, which are coming up here at the end of the month. We don't have a date for the broadcast yet, but we should soon. By the way, guys, we can talk about that.
Let's do this.
We do have a submission form live that's gone up now through SurveyMonkey. We're going to have the address for that at the end of the episode for you. Or basically, this is our annual award show where we give out Horsies to excellence in the categories of comics, gaming, television, and movies. You can fill out our nomination form. You can say, I really like these comics and movies, and I think they should go into your show. And we're actually going to give you, as a thank you, at the end of the survey, there's a password that you can say at the counter to get 20% off your next purchase. And don't go away, because we're going to go over this again at the end of the show and give you the address for that submission form.
Sweet.
Yes, we're also doing a holiday canned food drive that we're going to be running through December. Bring in your canned food here throughout December. Drop it off. We're going to have a box set up. We're going to give 25 cents per can into a pot. When you donate your cans, you're going to get a ticket and a drawing. Around Christmas time, we're going to pull a name, and the winner gets 25 cents in store credit per can that was brought in.
Right.
So if we take 1,000 cans, then somebody's going to win $250 in store credit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be
Crazy.
It's going to be crazy. So 4,000 cans. 4,000 cans will give away $1,000 in store credit.
Could you imagine 4,000 cans downstairs? That'd be awesome.
It's going to be like 3 of us driving over to this kitchen. Like, can you imagine like that promotional video, like 3 cars pulling?
Lord, yeah.
We're going to have to like spray paint horses on the side of the car. Oh no, we need 4.
We need 4. All right, guys, we want to fill 4 cars with cans.
So we need about 6,000 cans.
Twitter, you owe me this. Betrayed me every time.
So that'd be $1,500 in store credit. Wow,
okay.
That's an expensive promotional video.
Twitter, I'm looking at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, we're moving on to This Week in Star Wars, where it just recently premiered. Star Wars is coming out with yet another animated series. This is Star Wars Galaxies of Adventures, which is on the Star Wars Kids YouTube channel. They are short animated things. They're really fun. Especially recommend these if you have kids. They're fun to check out. But that's not it. There's a new Star Wars animated series, and that's not even our biggest story in Star Wars.
Something else?
Yeah. Luke Skywalker has been arrested, and there he is. This is Luke Walker, middle name Sky. He was arrested, I believe, for Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my
And
Lord.
Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, had this to say. Ron, why don't you read that to us?
The real crime here is Mr. and Mrs. Walker saddling this poor guy with that name in the first place.
Hashtag misbegotten moniker. Hashtag also too short for a stormtrooper. Hashtag
Wow.
Mark Hamill is god of Twitter.
Yes. Mark Hamill wins the Twitter this week.
Mark Hamill, you're why I have a Twitter.
Oh
Bring
my
back
gosh.
hashtag bring back Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill?
You remember Mark Hamill?
I don't remember Mark Hamill.
You don't remember Mark Hamill?
Mm-mm.
We had him on the show.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Even Alex remembers Mark Hamill.
I love Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. I loved you, Mark Hamill. All right, we're moving on to This Week in Movies, but before we get there, did you see it?
See what?
You didn't see it?
Mm.
Oh my God, how'd you not see it?
What?
You didn't see the Avengers 4 trailer?
Is it out?
Well, I have it linked here. Alex, play the Avengers 4 trailer.
I hate you so much. You're the devil.
All right, more on the Avengers 4 trailer later. We're going on to the 4 Horsemen mailbag, where a customer asked us, what's that nerdy franchise that you just never got into?
I'm about to lose a whole lot of friends. There actually is a real...
I have like 4 or 5 answers to this one.
Man. I don't want to say it out loud.
I'll go first.
All right, you go
Maybe
first.
it'll be easier for you. Okay,
Yeah.
so, I'm a very broad nerd.
Hmm?
There's a lot of stuff I like. But there's just a few things that, I've tried and I don't hate.
Yeah.
But, I just never really particularly got into Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Say it as
I
a
never
song.
really got into G.I. Joe.
Oh, man.
I never really got into
I'm
Transformers.
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So 1 out of 3, I don't agree with. But yeah, the GI Joe, the Transformers.
I feel like I had one other one.
Those were more toy things when I was a kid.
No, those were shows.
I know.
Yeah.
Eventually became comics
And cartoons and movies.
Cartoons, and yeah, I mean,
Another big one that I just never. I don't dislike. Is Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's because I was really bad at those games and just lost all the time.
For me, it's Firefly. I could never get into that.
I watched the premiere of Firefly when I was like 9.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it since.
So when it aired on TV, I watched the first one. Could not figure out what the heck was going on. I'm like, why do these Western dudes have lasers? What is going on here? And
Neither could I, but I was
lost
9.
me. And well, yeah, I was 90.
I have meant to go back and watch it in Serenity.
Yeah.
And I just haven't gotten to it. Like, it's on my list. Like, I've also never seen a single episode of Rick and Morty or Game of Thrones or Stranger Things. Like, it's on my list.
Yeah.
These are things I'm going to get to.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just could not.
It's called
I've
retirement
never
70 years from now.
All right. Yeah, that's me. Alex, you got any?
Star Wars.
Next.
Never could figure out what the big deal about Star Wars was.
Okay. All right.
And it's not just the story. I mean, I understand the big world building and everything, but it has constantly grown, and I have had less and less. And the bigger it's gotten, the less I've been interested in it. And it's kind of funny. Star Trek was the same way. I've seen them, but it wasn't something that I was like, really.
Hold on. This one's more appropriate. All right. That's fine. We respect your opinion.
No, we don't.
No, Ron doesn't.
Nope.
That's fine. Maybe we'll do a red zone one day.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. Did you know 4 Horsemen were vending at Steel City Con?
We are this weekend, guys. So if you come up to this thing, there is a ton of good people.
Mac and Yo-Yo.
Mac and Yo-Yo.
The Data.
We've got Data. We've got
Tasha Yo.
Green Power Ranger.
Urkel.
Ricky Steamboat. Who's Ricky Steamboat?
I don't know.
All right,
I don't have an appropriate answer to that.
So do you see the bottom one, the second one from the right, Tom Savini?
Next to Ricky Steamboat?
Yeah, beside Ricky Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat is from the
Is he a
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I was going to say he was a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he could be a wrestler because wrestlers are big at these things.
Yeah.
But I actually might want to go see Tom Savini. He's a cool guy.
I
Dean
want to see
Cain.
him for his one acting role.
Clink. What was that movie that he was in?
That was
Dust Till Dawn?
Yeah, from Dust Till
From
Dawn.
Dust Till
Oh,
Dawn.
that's such a good movie.
Yeah.
That's such a great movie.
Yep. What was his
watch that.
name?
Oh, I forget the name of that.
All right, Google it, kids.
Doesn't matter.
Yep. So there was also another Did You Know? So Alex went on a trip. He went out to Vegas this past week.
He did, indeed.
And yes, he had one job. I gave him $20. And with the great wisdom of one Mr. Wesley Snipes, I said, put it all on black.
Always bet on black.
Always bet on black. And you know what Alex came back with? Nothing.
Because he bet on red.
No, he bet on black, and I lost. You're not supposed to lose when you bet on black.
Lie to us, Wesley Snipes.
You rank it up there with Twitter right now. Yeah. You're on my list.
Snipe that victory right away.
You know he's watching tonight. No, he's not.
Yeah, him and Mark Campbell. All right, we're moving on to my new favorite segment of the week, Meme of the Week. Release that JD trailer. This would have been even better if it started with language.
Language.
Let's be patient. So I don't know if you know, but it was actually announced. I sent you all this the other night.
Yep. And then it came out like minutes later.
It was announced yesterday. The trailer is coming out tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Which I'm excited for the trailer. I am more excited to find out what the title of this movie is.
Yeah. Do you think they will actually title it?
I don't see how they can.
May the 4th be with you.
I don't see how they can release the trailer without having the title of the film.
Go to IMDb. It's got to be titled. If it's titled, it would have IMDb.
No, they have not yet released the title.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying with the trailer, we should know the title of the film. Yeah.
This film was not yet titled.
Please, please, some titles for your Marvel films. Just one more Avengers movie, please, sir. We have a sale before we go. We'll come back to that. So we have some social medias. Please like us at facebook.com/4horsemen comics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemen comics. That's, search 4horsemen comics across social media and you'll probably find Ron Davis's face somewhere. But you can also subscribe to us at youtube.com/c/4horsemen comics. Gaming. Follow us on Twitter at the number 4horsemen comics. Watch all of our streaming content at twitch.tv/4horsemen comics. Shop our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemencomics.com. And please come to our brick and mortar store in the Morgantown Mall in Morgantown, West Virginia, where we sell comics and gaming things.
It's in the name.
Yeah. Of course, we do have a sale. We want to remind you to please come and fill out our nomination form for the 2018 Horsies. The right there www.surveymonkey.com/r/66nzn93d. But you don't have to remember that because it's going to be posted on our social media soon. Fill that out. Get your nominations for the 2018 Horsies in there. You'll also get a special code to get 20% off your next purchase. The regular restrictions do apply. I'm tired of repeating those. So I'm not going to.
we have those.
Yeah. Chances are, if it's not normally discounted, then it's not going to continue to be discounted. So there we go.
It's true.
All right. Do you want to be Bones or do you want to be Kirk?
Oh, Kirk has much less lines.
All right.
You know how this works.
I highlighted Bones in blue
Beck
in an attempt. Hi, Beck. In an attempt to get you, whatever you want snack wise, just text me. In an attempt to get you to be Bones, but
I can be Bones. I like Bones.
Okay, Bones.
All right. I may throw up on you.
I think these things are pretty safe.
Don't pander to me, kid. One tiny crack in the hull and our blood boils in 13 seconds. Solar flare might crop up and cook us on our seats. And wait till you're sitting pretty with a case of Andorian shingles. See if you still so relaxed when your eyeballs are bleeding. Space is a disease and danger wrapped in darkness and silence.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but Starfleet operates in space.
Yeah, well, I got nowhere else to go. The ex-wife took the whole damn planet in divorce. All I got left is my bones.
That was my first question when I started watching Star Trek, is why is he called Bones?
Yes. Yep.
Why is he called Bones?
They answer it. Now we know.
All I've got left
The more
is my
you
bones.
know.
I turn the show off because I have an inappropriate comment I want to say. Bye, everybody.